Asuka and Sasha is probably going to be the best wrestling match on the card. What's up, Maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, enthusiast, a WrestleManiac if you will, and today we are talking Monday Night Raw. I'm going to take apart some of my favourite parts of the show and give my opinions on them. On this channel I talk everything WWE and AEW, so if you're a WrestleManiac like myself, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. Right, so I knew the contract signing was going to end up in chaos, like I'm pretty sure we all guessed, but Asuka and Sasha Banks. Man, oh man, what a way to start the show, in a complete brawl that Samoa Joe just couldn't handle. He didn't know what was going on, and I'm pretty sure this is the first time he's been brought in to officiate something like this, so definitely showed a bit of inexperience there. It was total chaos. Sasha reminded me of like girls fighting in the club. If you've ever seen two girls having a brawl in the club, shoes off, still looking good, like it was so jokes. But honestly, the build between Asuka and Sasha, like once they got into their segment in the contract signing, Asuka as guest screaming Japanese, and it's just so effective, like, because no one apart from Japanese people obviously has any idea what Asuka is saying, yet it's just so effective how she puts it across. Sasha really looking like the boss of old in the office chair with the stamp. They brought the stamp back from NXT when she used to stamp her contracts with the legit boss stamp. Like, brilliant little touch there. And it is so important to make Sasha the boss again when going into a match like this, a high profile match. I mean, I'm thinking what should be headlining Extreme Rules match, and I'm very traditional that the World Championship, the WWE Championship match should be the headline of any show, but Asuka and Sasha is probably going to be the best wrestling match on the card. Now, I can't help but think there is going to be some type of stipulation to this match. I think this week was the beginning of what is going to be a very heated build towards the actual match. So maybe you guys put some suggestions in the comments of what you think the actual stipulation for this match should be at Extreme Rules, the horror show. Guys, if you're enjoying this review so far, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and give me a like. Moving on, I've been saying this for a couple weeks now, but I am absolutely enjoying the Apollo Crews MVP storyline. Bobby Lashley has got involved in it now, and who would have thought bringing back MVP and making him an on-screen talent would have been such a great move. He's definitely brought relevance to Bobby Lashley. He's bringing the best out of Apollo Crews. He's dabbled in the storylines with Ricochet and Cedric Alexander and the Street Profits. MVP coming back during his Performance Center shows has been a masterstroke. Furthermore, it was great having Ricochet and Cedric Alexander on the show this week. They were backstage chopping it up with Apollo Crews before he went out and met MVP in the ring. MVP was basically saying in the ring how it's a mistake for Apollo Crews not to take the opportunity to work under his wing. He can cultivate him, make him a better champion. And to Apollo's credit, he came out and said, listen, I politely rejected. You're trying to force my hand here. You don't care about me, you care about yourself. And obviously what Apollo Crews is saying is true, but I think the big takeaway here is Apollo Crews just getting that time on the mic, getting that time to build his confidence. Before his current run on Raw, we never really saw him talking a lot. He would put on great matches. He would often lose in those matches, but never really got to experience the mic skills or saw a different character. We're now seeing it, and I do believe that's down to the work MVP has put in to help push Apollo Crews and bring this side out of him. We've got Apollo Crews versus MVP, and to my surprise, MVP won. Now, I thought this was a US Championship match because when MVP pinned him, I literally jumped and I was like, what? Like, I didn't even know if that was good or bad, if I wanted that to happen or not, but I thought it was a US Championship match, so I thought Apollo had just lost his title. What I loved out of this segment was Apollo putting the beating on MVP after the match, and this is the kind of edge he needs. It's not, oh, I lost, I've got to do better next time. A good guy can still be angry when he loses and still take it out, because we know he didn't lose fairly. you know, Bobby Lashley was involved throughout. So this really helped Apollo Crews, and MVP has been the MVP of these Performance Center shows. This then led to Ricochet and Cedric Alexander coming down to help release Apollo Crews from Bobby Lashley's full Nelson submission. Like I said earlier, great to have Ricochet and Cedric Alexander back on the show. And Ricochet then had a match with Bobby Lashley. Now Ricochet made Bobby Lashley look so good with the selling he was doing. Bobby Lashley throwing him from pillar to post across the ring, Ricochet flying like only he can. Like, I think Ricochet even looked good in this match with his offense, and like I say, making Bobby Lashley just look like a complete star. And the imagery after the match when Bobby Lashley won, of the blood just trickling down, I think it was from his ear, trickling down him, just brilliant. It was just one of those moments, you know, like when Becky Lynch got punched in the face by Nia Jax. Sounds weird, but yeah, it's just one of those moments. So yeah, a great segment for all men involved. Now, I wish it could all be positive. Unfortunately, it can't. So here we go. Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio segment, program, whatever you want to call it. Where is this going? I feel like it had a clear direction. It's taken a bit too long to get to a payoff at this point. I think what is becoming boring in this is the involvement of Humberto Carrillo and Aleister Black. Both brilliant performers who should probably be off doing other things and not involved so much in this storyline. Because we keep getting tag matches with either Buddy Murphy and Austin Theory, or Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins, or some combination of those guys. Like, where are we going with this? Dominic getting involved a couple weeks ago was really good. Fighting for his dad, coming down to the Performance Center, laying one on Seth Rollins, really good. But again, the story hasn't seemed to progress in the last week or two. Where are we going? Can we just get to the point where you announce a match between Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins? Because I'm sure it's going to be a great match. Let's just get there a bit faster. We're spinning our wheels here. This is taking a bit too long. And then generally speaking, with Seth Rollins and this whole Messiah thing, I like it, I'm enjoying it, but they need to give it some clear direction. We know Seth Rollins is going on his paternity leave around December. We know he's having a kid. He's gonna be off TV from maybe about November, December time. Where are we going with this Messiah gimmick? I feel they need to reach a point with it where there may be some indestructible force, or they start breaking apart in time for when Seth Rollins is leaving. Now, yes, November and December is a long way away. There is so many Monday nights before that, but this particular program, it's not really doing it for me, because there's just no clear direction of what this Messiah and Disciples group is doing, or where this Rey Mysterio storyline is leading. But like I say, I'm sure we're going to get an excellent match between Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio, hopefully at Extreme Rules, because I don't want to see this go on for much longer after that, if I'm completely honest. So that was my good and bad from Monday Night Raw. Guys, put down below in the comments, what did you really enjoy from the show? What didn't you enjoy so much? I'd love to hear from you guys. Again, if you enjoyed this review, hit the like button, and if you're new here, we put out daily videos on everything WWE and AEW. So if that sounds like something for you, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.